Diversity in living organisms, part 2 we are dealing. Part 1, I hope it is clear. All of them have got it. Today we'll deal with part 2. Diversity in living organisms, part 2 we are dealing. Part 1, I hope it is clear. All of them have got it. Today we'll deal with part 2. What all we have to see in observation, actually this is in the in our labs, biological labs we have to see it, but due to this pandemic it's hardly impossible. We can just think that however the characteristics of the insects and all. Observation in slide of last visit of Hydra. Few of them have sent me, only one or two of them have sent me the homeworks yesterday. I don't know why. The Hydra straight, only the budding, the diagram, no explanation of it, nothing. I want the explanation of it. In the starting of the slide, I'm telling ninth homeworks. Listen, all of you. Observation in slides of earthworm, mollusk, echinodermata. Mollusk means draw snail. Explain it in 4 lines. Mollusk, echinodermata, platyhelminthes is this earthworm. Okay, echinodermata and fish. 4 worms. You have to write it and draw it like this. What we are starting it now only. I'm telling you in the starting. Be fresh and active in the class and listen to it properly. You'll understand it. How do we observe earthworms in the microscope? In the slides, we get it in the sand, in the mud and all. It is a worm. A fun experiment is observing a worm under the microscope. Earthworm specimen or alcohol solution, it will be there. How do we see in the microscope? On a glass slide. Water and a pair of tweezers is there. Now how it travels? Earthworm travels underground by means of waves of muscular contraction, which alternatively shortens and lengthens the body. Understood? Earthworms, all of them I have, hope you all have seen in the kitchen, near the bathrooms and near the water it will be. Worm, a little small it becomes shorter and lengthen. The body becomes, when it is crawling, it becomes short and moves fast. That is peristalsis. The shortened part is anchored by the surrounding soil by tiny claw-like bristles which get along its segmented length. Understood? Pathogens that we already know can be carried by worms including E. coli. All of you will be shocked when you know we have parasites in our stomach, in our tummies. Which is that insect in our body, bacteria E. coli O157, and salmonella is present in the body of human beings, in our bodies. These bacteria can cause severe gastrointestinal infection in the humans and are commonly found in soil. How to eat them? Do we eat them? Do we like them? Do we love them? Is it tasty to eat? No, when it is not washed properly with the vegetables or fruits, it goes in our body. But it is not always harmful. It can be good also. It can, if it is in a small quantity, it will not cause you any harm. Don't worry so much. How to eat them? When worms will be eaten raw, in case in an emergency, you should cook them if at all possible. If you should not eat it raw like that only, just wash it like Chinese people do. You should cook it. Like most of the things on this list, this can potentially carry parasites, and the parasites' potential should motivate you to cook them first, not to mention to the extremely unpleasant prospect of eating a worm. Chi cha all will start, but it is not very bad. General characteristics of arthropods. Earthworm was in platyhelminthes. Now arthropods. Got it, children? What are arthropods? Example is a cockroach. What are the characteristics of arthropods? Joint appendages, segmented body, exoskeleton made of chitin that molt to grow, characteristics by number of legs and body segments. Arthropods have 4 major group of insects: myrmidons, arachnids, crustaceans. Now what do cockroaches do? Cockroach, you can see the picture, everyone knows cockroach, everyone saw cockroach, isn't it? Cockroaches, how do they look? You can see it near the washrooms and all, isn't it? Cockroaches in the kitchen also. Few are small, dirty. If it is bad smell, mostly they are nocturnal. They come out in the night time when there is some dirt or dust, dirty water. We see cockroaches, flies, mosquitoes, isn't it? What is the body of cockroach? How it is? It is an insect which has few special adaptations and may be among the most living pyramid neo- neopteran insect. They have a relatively small head, broad flattened body, and most species are reddish brown to dark brown. They have large compound eyes, two ocelli, and long flexible antennae, isn't it? Cockroach, I think you all can see it, hold it, catch it almost every day. Yeah, you can see it everywhere, isn't it? It's not that cockroach, it is necessary to tell me, see the chart, see on Google, see its body parts and all. You can understand it. Snail. Next is the snail. Is snail a mollusk? Yes. Now, cockroaches were arthropods. Understood? Phylum arthropods. It comes. Earthworms comes in platyhelminthes phylum. Now, snail comes in mollusk phylum. Land snail have a strong muscular foot. They use mucus to enable them to crawl over rough surfaces and to keep their soft bodies from drying out. Like other mollusks, land snails have a mantle and they have one or two pair of tentacles on their head. The head has a mantle to tentacles to move to hold their insects prey, whatever they eat. Their internal anatomy. What is the internal part of the snail? It has a brain, very small but unique brain, radula from their personality to their physical appearance, but they have a small brain. What are the mollusk characteristics we see in a snail? Mollusks are a clade of organisms that all have soft bodies which typically have a head and a foot region. Often their bodies are covered by hard exoskeleton as in the shells of snails and claims to be the plates of mollusks are a clade of organism that all soft bodies which typically have a head and a foot region. Often their bodies are covered by hard exoskeleton as in the shell of snails and clams or the plates of chitons. Next topic is the characteristics of Echinodermata. Can we, if we see in the slide, what will we see in this phylum Echinodermata? Which organisms comes? Snail, starfish. How is the starfish? They are star-like appearance in shape. They look like that, and they are spherical or elongated. They are exclusively marine animals. The organisms are spiny, skinned. They exhibit organ level of organization. They are triploblastic and have a coelomic cavity. The skeleton is made up of calcium carbonate, CaCO3. What are the characteristics of starfish? We see amazing is it has no brain. Starfish, like animals, insects, they have no brains. Starfish can generate on their own. They have no brain or blood. They wear tough, leathery skin. Starfish have eyes. Okay. Starfish move with hundreds of feet. Starfish can eat outside their body. Not all starfishes are star shaped. Take care of yourself. Stay home, stay safe. Don't go out here and there. Assalamu alaikum. See you.